Okay, that's fine. Save. Hey guys, Sparrow here. Well, this is gonna be a different type of live stream because we're not doing anything. You're gonna be seeing my face this entire time, and I think it's time to come out about something. This is something I've been refraining from telling you guys for obvious reasons. The thing I'm about to tell you could cause me to lose some subscribers. Literally, it could. Me to lose subscribers. It can cause me to be hated by this fandom. But at this point, I really don't care. I don't. I truly don't. I'm sorry that I sound sad, but, you know, this is something that it needs to come out. It needs to. This is just something that I've been wanting to say, but I have been hesitant to say it because people are judgmental and they will attack you for things like what I'm about to tell you. If you guys are ready, I guess I'll go. But I'm really scared to say this. Guys, as you all know from videos and, you know, what happened multiple, like, you know, a few months ago, you guys know what I'm talking about. That situation, you guys know that I have epilepsy. And it is a severe case. Not severe to where I cannot do anything, I can't do anything like a normal 22-year-old can do or like any other normal person can do. But what I'm about to tell you is probably the most daring thing that I've probably ever done, next to what happened a few months ago. Guys, recently I got a medical card. Actually, let me start with this. About a week ago, I went to my EEG, as you guys probably know, and my doctor called me. My mom. She called my mom, and she immediately said, pretty much, the pacemaker right here in my chest, I have no idea if you can even see that, but right there in my chest it's doing its thing during the day. What it does is it goes off every 3 minutes for 20 seconds. And it like throws just a tiny little, to my vagus nerve, which is right here. There's a little scar right there. I don't know if you can see that. But it only goes off for about 3 minutes, 30 seconds. It's going off right now. And it just affects my speech a little bit. But, okay, what she basically told my mom was she was saying it's working during the day, but at night, that's another story. I'm still having too many seizures at night in order for me to, make it through a night without probably dying. So I am a high candidate for what they call SUDEP. What that basically means is someone is at a high risk of dying in their sleep from a seizure. It's literally like that. So I'm scared to death to go to freaking sleep at night. It's like that. I'm scared to death to go to fucking sleep at night. That's bad. When I can't fucking sleep without fucking getting scared that I'm going to fucking probably not wake up the next morning. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I don't mean to. But I basically can't go to sleep. I'm afraid to sleep, guys. So every time I wake up in the morning and I see like sunshine shining through my fucking window, I pray to the Lord. I let him know. I I'm so happy that you let me live another day. I'm only 22 years old, guys. 22. I'm 22 years old, and I want to live. I want to live. But my fucking insurance company won't do fucking shit about it. So we've been forced to buy this monitoring system for us. We have to come up with money. We have to do this. Otherwise, you guys might not see me live. So, please, don't judge me for this. Please. I'm doing this for my health. I'm doing this for my health. So, after getting that news that basically this isn't working, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. It's doing what it's supposed to do during the day, but during the night, I'm fucked. I'm basically fucked. So, when I found out that news, I didn't know what to do. I felt like I was stuck. I felt like I was fucked. I felt helpless. I didn't know what to do. So, we were left with no choice. I mean, I was scared. I didn't know what to do, guys. I really didn't. I was clueless. My dad tried so hard. He tried so hard to encourage me to move on, stay happy, and I'm trying to stay happy. I'm trying to keep this smile on my face, but it's hard. It's so fucking hard when I have to fucking live a day without knowing I'm gonna live. Go through a night not knowing if I'm going to live or fucking die. So about 2 days after, we had no choice. We went to the nearest place that we possibly could to get me on what they call the hemp oil. It's called Haley's Hope, and I have the box right here to show you guys. This is hemp oil. If you guys know what hemp is, this is why I was so afraid to tell you guys. I was afraid because people judge you so harsh on this. They judge you harsh. I mean, I've heard people call people potheads for this when they're taking it for medical reasons. I've been fighting 3 years to get this. Three. I've been fighting 3 years. 3. And I pray to God I have a mom who is willing to fight that fucking long to get me this. When I was told I got the medical card, it cost us $200 freaking dollars. $200 to get this card so that I am legal to have this kind of stuff in the state of Utah. That's where I live. I'm not going to give away my living location for obvious reasons, but Utah is the most strict fucking state. They are probably the worst state that I could live in. I hate it here. Hate it. I hate it here. And the reason why, it's run by the fucking Mormons. I'm sorry if you're a Mormon, but I fucking hate it. I hate it. They run a church and they work like a government here. They refused to legalize it. But in 2018, it's going to the public vote. The public vote. Therefore, I have a feeling we're going to win. My dad has heart issues, and this could be helping him. He goes to sleep at night, afraid that he's not going to wake up the next morning. I don't want to lose my dad. I don't want to lose him to a heart attack. I'm shaking. I don't want to lose my dad. I don't want to lose my mom. My mom has severe anxiety. That could help her. This could simply help people. But fucking Utah doesn't know shit on how to fucking do things right. I am so fucking pissed. Utah. I have the card, but my parents are... They can't do this. It pisses me off. The Mormons are terrible. I'm sorry, but if you're a Mormon, people judge you so badly for this. I've seen kids harassed, called potheads, all because they're taking an oil that helps them. I've heard miracle stories. My mom talks to someone on Facebook whose daughter was born with no roof in her mouth. She had no roof. No roof. So she can't walk, or she couldn't walk. She couldn't talk. She couldn't socialize. This oil, she got on the oil. I don't know how many years she's been on. I think she's been on for 3 years. 3 years. It has changed her life. Her life. You want to know how she is now? She's in school. She's walking. She's talking. She's doing things that she couldn't do before this oil. So, I'm taking this hemp oil for my freaking health. Not because I want to get a fucking high. I mean, let me tell you what a high is. When you get a high on marijuana, I have actually been on one, but it was on complete accident. What it does, it doesn't make you go cuckoo or anything unless you're like smoking with marijuana, like, you know, something else added to it, like, oh, I don't know, bath salts, cocaine, you know, stuff like that. If anything like that is added to it, of course it's going to fuck you up. But if it's natural, what it does, it makes your body relax. That's all it does. That's literally all it does. It's actually a good feeling. What it does is it makes your body so calm. It makes you forget all your worries, all of your everything. It makes you forget everything, all your worries, all of your anxiety, all your stress. It goes away. It puts your body into like a state of sleep. It's like your body goes into a sleep mode and you are not worried about anything. You are completely at peace. That's literally it. I have experimented around with it. I have taken edibles. I've smoked it. I've taken gummies. The gummies were terrible. I don't like smoking it because I don't like the feeling it gives me. But the cookies and all that stuff, that's not bad. That isn't bad at all. I mean, what it does to me, sure, it gives me a little bit of a body high. Like, it doesn't, you know, hurt me very bad. You know, it doesn't make me, you know, cuckoo, you know, all touchy-feely like a drunk. What it does is it makes me sleepy. And when you go to sleep at night and you wait, and I woke up the morning after taking this, after taking my first cookie, I felt like alive. I felt like I was reborn. It literally felt like that. I was completely relaxed. I slept through the entire night. Didn't wake up until like 10 o'clock the next morning, which is really rare for me. I usually wake up around maybe 8, 9-ish. But it put me to sleep. I mean, if you ever have trouble sleeping, that will put you at rest. Not forever, just, yeah. So, back to what I was going off of. So please, guys, don't judge me. Don't unsubscribe to me because I take this. This is to help me. This is not to get me high. This is meant to help me to get the seizure activity at night under control. I am at a loss right now. If I don't get this under control, I'm going to die. I am at high risk of passing away in my sleep. In my sleep. I'm only 22 years old, guys. 22. I'm in my prime right now. And I don't want to die in my sleep because of this fucking thing that I was born with. I know why. I know where it came from. When I was born, my mom had a hard time pushing me out. That's basically the long and short of it. She had a hard time pushing me out. And let me tell you what. I wasn't like a stick figure about maybe that big. I was tiny. And she couldn't push me out. So what they had to do, my mom refused a C-section. So she blamed herself for this. What they did was they got like this vacuum that attaches to the back of the baby's head, which is right here. That's where my, what they call abnormalities are located, or it's dead brain tissue. That's what causes my seizures. They attached it to the back of my head and they pulled me out. What happened? The vacuum got a little too much of my brain, because your brain is not fully developed when you are born, or like right here in front of your head isn't fully developed. I don't know. I'm too upset right now. I guarantee you, it pulled some of my brain tissue away, and that's what caused the epilepsy. It's nothing that I could have stopped, and I don't blame my mom for it at all. I mean, she's the greatest mother that I could have ever asked for. She's fought for me since the day that she could have even figured out what this was. And I've been living with it for 11 years. I've had since birth, but it didn't show its ugly face until I was 11 years old. So there was telltale signs before then, but it didn't show until things went when I was like, going into my teen years, puberty, all that stuff. That's when it showed. So that's pretty much where it showed its ugly face. I had a convulsive seizure which is where you're, shaking out of control and you're completely comatose. And I was on the ground, and it freaked my mom, my dad, and my sister out. They didn't know what the fuck was going on. So I've had this for 11 years now, and I've been fighting. I've taken medications, multiple medications. Most gave me either a rash, the hives, or made me throw up multiple times. It hasn't been a fun ride. It's been terrible. It is literally a nightmare living with this. It's a nightmare. But now that I know just how severe it is, I need this monitoring system, which we are very close to getting. I have been forced to sell my 68 Ford Mustang, which it doesn't bug me that much. Even though it is a vintage car, I don't mind, because this is more important to me right now than a stinking car. This has been sitting, rotting for about 14 years. So I figured, why not get money out of it where we need it? This monitoring system is not cheap, guys. It costs like $1,000 plus shipping and handling. So what we're doing is we're selling it for about $4,500, $4,000. That will get me my monitoring system, it's pretty much a night monitoring system that will survey me in my sleep. And if I am having a seizure in my sleep, it will ring like an alarm, and it will wake me or my parents up. Then they can take the magnet that came with this. What the magnet does is you swipe it or hold it, and it just adds just a little bit more of a burst to what it normally surges to this thing. And pretty much that's what's got to happen. In order to stop these things, we've got to suppress them as much as possible. Now, whether this is making an effect, I have no idea, because I'm completely unaware of what goes on in my sleep. But from the sound of what my doctor told me, it's not good, which is sad, depressing. I didn't know what the fuck to do when my dad told me that it depressed me. And that's when I still had the electrodes in my head and everything. I was completely and utterly depressed. I felt helpless. Because the truth is, guys, I can only stay strong to a certain point. I can only fight this thing to a certain point. I might talk tough against it, but literally, it's almost got me. It's literally almost winning against me. But I'm going to fight until the end. This motherfucking disability is not going to win. I refuse. But the thing about the SUDEP, I don't know when it's going to strike. I don't know if it's going to happen. There is no telltale signs to even stopping this. I could go to sleep tonight and not wake up tomorrow. Simple as that. That's how scary this motherfucking thing is. I am scared to death. That's why we're trying to get this monitoring system as soon as possible. And if we can get the money out of selling this car, we're going for that monitoring system because our fucking insurance will not pay for it, motherfuckers. Pieces of shit. I mean, I'm sorry that this broke down on camera. I mean, this is me literally coming out to you guys, letting you guys know what is going on, the real shit that is going on. And to let you guys know, this is not to get me high. It is not to do what people think it does. This is meant to help stop the seizures at night. That's all this is for. It's meant to stop them during the day as well. I take 4.5 milligrams of it during the day, and then at night, I take another 4.5. So I take 9 milligrams during the day. Well, a day. Sorry. God, fuck. But this is meant to help me. It's not to get me high. It's not to do what people think it does. It is serious. This is the miracle for a lot of people, and I'm hoping it's a miracle for me. Because the truth is, guys, the epilepsy that I have, I can't say it. It has to do with your vision. We had the surgery done where they went in and cut a gap out of my skull. You guys, because my hair is covering right now. But there is a scar right back there. There's a dent right there. I have no idea if you guys can even see that. But it's a scar. It's the scar of what I called of pride. I call the scar of pride because what they did was they opened up my head for 9 days. 9. This was back in 2006. And they put like this thing in my head along the, the surface of my brain. It's a giant mapping system, kind of like an EEG, only it's inside of the head. And I was at heavy risk of getting an infection. They wrapped it up and all that stuff, but I was at heavy risk of becoming brain dead during that entire surgery. And I'm sorry, I can see the chat, but I'm not reading it because I just want to get this out. What happened? I sat in that bed for 9 days. 9, while they monitored my head. Then the scary thing is the day that they wanted to do the surgery, here's the truth. If they would have done the surgery to get the abnormalities out, I wouldn't be here. Not dead. I would just be completely paralyzed on my right side and I'd be blind. Thank God for my parents' intuition for this shit. Thank God that they had a sixth sense of something bad. Because the thing was, I didn't have not a convulsive, a grand mal seizure in those 9 days. And my parents decided to give it one more day before they went with the surgery. Thank God they did, because I had a grand mal that night. Thank the Lord. Because what happened, I had the grand mal, and they came to my parents and said, thank God for parents' intuition, because if they would have done that surgery, I've already told you, I would have been completely paralyzed on my right side. So this entire side of my body, it'd be dead. Completely dead, slumped. And my eyesight, gone. That's pretty much it. So I'm thankful. I am absolutely thankful that my parents had that sixth sense, had that, the parents' intuition to do that. I am thankful to my parents for the fight that they have been through with me. It's a war. It's not a fight. It's a war. And it's still happening. I mean, surprisingly, I haven't had a seizure all day. All day. I am praying, hoping and praying to God 10 times over that this is the cure. I want this to be the cure. I have been fighting for 11 years to get this under control. And it is under control, but not completely. I want these seizures to go away. I want to live a normal life. I can't, here's the thing, guys, I can't drive. Driving, nope, It's not even an issue for me. It's not even an option for me. My bad. It's not an option. I can't drive. I can't do a lot of things that normal 22-year-olds can do. One of the best things that came out of this was I got to go on a guided hunt. I got to be on TV. I got to be in magazines. And I took the biggest animal on this hunt. So I am absolutely, that's one of the benefits that came out of this, but that doesn't mean shit. I mean, sure, it hangs on my wall proudly, but if I had a choice to not be born with this, I would have chose not to be born with it. I mean, it's done great things for me. It's taught me a lot of things. It's taught me many things. To be strong when things don't seem in your favor, like it's completely helpless, stay strong. It will pay off in the end. It will work. I've been through a ton of tests. I've been through a bunch of shit, a ton of battles with both insurance companies, doctors, and myself. Like, guys, here's the main thing that was the biggest thing for me when I was actually, back in school, when I first found out I had this. Kids are fucking cruel. Here's how bad it was for me. They thought this was a disease that they could get. So they teased me. They said, "Oh, don't go near me. Don't go near Sparrow." I'm not gonna say my real name. Don't go near Sparrow. He'll fucking infect you with this. That's how fucking messed up it was. Then kids were just, completely harassing me, rubbing feces in my face. Oh, I don't want to relive those memories. I'm sorry. But those days were horrible. They were horrible. I mean, here's where it led me to. I almost committed suicide. Almost. I took a knife out of the drawer, grabbed it, and I held it in my hand like this, looking at myself in the blade's reflection. I was going to kill myself. Then I looked closer and closer and said to myself in my mind, "Is this worth it?" Strength overcame me that day because I took that knife, turned it away from me, put it back in the drawer, and took another chance. And I did. I am thankful that I never killed myself. I went to therapy because my mom found out about it, and yeah, that's basically a parent's normal reaction to their child wanting to commit suicide. It was a horrible time for me, but it got worse. Trust me, it got worse. I went into junior high, which was the most piece of shit junior high school you could ever go to. I mean, it was horrible. So let's see. How bad did this one go? Let's see. People took my, like in a locker room. I'll remember names. Their names very well, but for the sake of themselves, see, I even respect the people that treat me like shit. I won't say their names. What they basically did was they took my clothes, my change of clothes, back into, like my gym clothes, took it out of my locker, put it in another locker, slammed it, and turned the dark off. I was in the dark for like 30 minutes in my underwear until the gym teacher, which, let me remind you, is a female, came and found me, crying and in a fetal position. That's how fucked up it was. High school, I never had problems because the high school was basically ran by a former parole officer. So you get the gist of you get the point of why there was no bullying at that school. Never had a bullying problem there, and I made a lot more friends than enemies. But back to the junior high thing, my parents got pissed. They came on to the school board, and they basically told them if they didn't do shit about it, they were going to sue them. Because it was ridiculous. I was living a life where I was afraid to go to school. The place where I'm supposed to feel safe. Safe! When literally, it was terrible. I had a few enemies in high school, but it wasn't too bad. Mainly it was their own stupid faults. But final line, guys, just please, please don't hit the unsubscribe button just because I take this. This is to help me. This is to help me progress in life, to put me in a safe environment to where I can go to sleep at night and hopefully not have one single seizure. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but if we can get it low enough to where, you know, I can sleep at night without possibly going into some seizure that's going to kill me, hallelujah. You know, I want to live. I don't want to die at this age. I want to live a life. I want to have kids. I want to progress my YouTube channel further. I want to do more things for you guys. I've lived a life full of ups and downs. Hard. Trust me, very hard to even consider challenging, to even consider fighting. But this is not to make you guys feel bad for me or anything. I don't use my epilepsy as a crutch. I just wanted to come out and say this to let you guys know just how serious this is. What the hell that I went through for 5 years before we finally got this under control to where I could finally live somewhat a normal life. This is meant to help me. This is not meant to get me high, to do anything like that. This is not going to... I just hope this does not make you guys look at me like what most people look at people who use this for medical reasons. Like, most people look at those people as potheads. That's what I don't want you guys to look at me as. I'm not doing this to get high. I am doing this to benefit my health. That's literally it. I'm trying my hardest, guys. I literally am fighting a battle, trying to get content out for you guys, trying to live a normal life, trying my hardest to battle this, when literally it sometimes feels like it's an unwinnable battle. It's horrible. It's horrible. But I just had to say something. I had to say something. I had to. Just to let you guys know, I'm not taking this to get high. I am taking this for medical reasons, to help me get better, to help me go to sleep at night and not pass away. Because if I pass, there's no way of telling. There's no way of telling what's going to happen, when this is going to happen. It could happen tonight, and I would never know. I just had to say something, guys. I had to. I mean, I'm not mad or anything. I'm just praying that you guys understand. That you guys understand my predicament. I'm not doing this to get high. I'm doing this to help myself. And if it wasn't for my mom, my dad, all the support that the people have given me, including you guys, I would not be here. I wouldn't. I'd be either dead or, you know, I'd be paralyzed and blind. I just had to say something. I'm sorry that you guys had to watch me break down, but literally, I just feel like I am stuck. There's no way out. I feel like I'm cornered with nowhere to go but down. But I'm refusing to let this win. I am not going to let this win. I am going to fight until the very end. I will not let this win. I've never broken down like this in front of someone, except my parents. So now you guys know just how serious this is, just how devastating this is, how powerful it is. So thank you guys for watching, and I really do hope that you guys do understand why I am doing this. I'm not doing this for the reasons that most people would believe. I am doing this for my health, hoping and praying to God that it works. Praying. I've never cried on a YouTube video like real tears, real emotional tears until now. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.